back online here. We're going to start a new stream. This is on our main save. I've been doing a short guide series for my sons on, on this Twitch app, and also on saving those videos to YouTube. So you can check those out there if you want. But this is back on our main save, and right now I'm in the process of taking every car that exists in the game, including the downloadable content. Not player-generated cars, just the cars that exist in the Playway version of the game. And I've made a spreadsheet of every single car in the game, and we're slowly going through them and restoring every car to 100%. Every part that can be a performance part, we're going to make 3-star and buy the performance part in the tune-up shop. Then we'll slowly go through the process of testing each of these cars, trying to get their top speed, their lap time at the track that exists in Car Mechanic, and the one that I'm really enjoying the most right now, quarter mile times, and trying to win the King of the Sands, which is the in-game competition that exists in the drag racing DLC, which is a lot of fun. So up next, we're going to do the 1936 Fiat 500, which is actually the in-game name. It's a Smith & Parker Arizona kit. It's one of the hot rods that existed in the game. So that's where we're at. Let's go ahead and get the spreadsheet down for a second. And then we're going to pop up our map, go to our parking garage. I've organized all these cars, parking garage alley 1 through 7 are all the cars that I've completed, and then alleys 8 on are cars that I have not yet done. So I'm going to have to find the Arizona Kid. There it is. That's the Fiat 500. And I'm going to just swap that to the front of the undone cars. Swap. That to that empty spot. There we go. And then we'll move this to the garage. All right, so this is the car we're working on. This is one, I think I found this at the cheap auction. Honestly, I don't remember. We're clearly missing the drinker side rear wheel. The suspension actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, look at the rust buildup on here. This isn't bad. We're missing some bushings. You'll also notice that we seem to be missing an engine, and a transmission. So that's a problem. Gonna have to address that. That's fine. Let's check the car status here. So it started off with a V8 2-carb overhead valve supercharged, so that's what we'll put back in her. All right, so let's move this to the car wash, and we'll go through the process of restoring this bad boy. What I like to do when I first start a restoration is I bring it to the car wash, I clean up the interior, I clean up the exterior, and then I'll remove all the body panels. Sort. Nope. Sort by condition. I got some parts that I need to scrap out here real quick. And then I'll take the body panels off that can be removed. Texas plates on this bad boy. There. And I think I got all the body panels off. And the way to check that, just check your car status. 1% on the body. Okay, body panels are all off. Then let's go to the interior and disassemble the interior. Then we'll go to interior assemble. And normal. Added those parts to my shopping list. Buy a couple of seats and a steering wheel. I like that chain steering wheel. That's pretty sweet. All right, let's hop in here to interior assemble, and we'll put the seats in. And that cool chain steering wheel. Normal mode. Let's just sit in this bad boy, see what it looks like. Nice. Good, cool silver stick shift. I like that chain steering wheel. That looks cool. Yeah, the instrumentation panel on this car. That'd be nice in real life too. Honestly, that's sweet. All right, let's escape out of here. Let's move this then to car lifter A. And let's do a quick frame restoration. While that's burning, I'm just going to scrap some of these parts that we... actually, some of these we can probably sell for more money. These are cheap. Alright, let's see if there's body panels that we can repair. There is. We have about 10K scrap. So we should have enough scrap to make all the performance parts on this car 3-star, I think. Pretty sure. Alright, the rest of these we'll just salvage quick. A lot of times I'll use my macro to salvage, but there's just a few parts, so... Oh my gosh, I am god-awful at the minigame apparently today. Alright. So let's pull the suspension and wheels that exist off this car. Like I said, the engine and trans wasn't there, so we're starting fresh. Get the brakes off. I'll get the bearing first. Come on. We get pretty routine at picking which parts go where quickly. I didn't really get a good look at the default rim here. I think they looked okay. We might change up the rim. I don't know if I like that basic rim on this car or not. I'll have to look through the supply of rims that we have in our backup inventory and then kind of make a determination if we're sticking with that rim on this car or not. Hope everyone's getting ready for a Happy New Year's. My boys, they've been real busy this Christmas break with tennis tournaments. One of the gifts we got our boys, we got them a $50 Steam gift card. And they both, two of my youngest boys, picked the new Spider-Man game. Sounds like they're having a blast. I mean, they're playing that actually in the other room over here, and they're having a good time. Sounds like a good game. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, clearly. I mean, P Parker 77 for those of you who aren't geeks. It's kind of where I came up with the nickname. In fact, my youngest son's name is Parker. My wife agreed to because I love the name Parker. Because of Spider-Man, of course. But that game sounds like a good game. My oldest son used his to buy a few games. He ended up getting, he's old enough, he got Grand Theft Auto 5, which as a good dad allowed, I guess. But he also bought Car Mechanic Simulator, which is why I started doing that guide series, so that I could show him some tips. While I'm at work, he could watch those, or in his spare time when he's not playing tennis, or he's on his high school bowling team and various other activities at school, that he could just get a quick guide from his dad on how to play the Car Mechanic. Not that there hasn't been other guides online, but honestly, wouldn't you rather get it from your dad? I think so. Alright, we almost got this all broke down. Alright, so we have all the parts off of this bad boy. And if you're ever not quite sure, just right-click on your car. Car status. 1% on the body, 1% on the parts. The frame and the interior we got fixed up. So I don't mind this light red with the flames. It's kind of cool. Must be a default livery, but we'll mess with it. See what we like. I see. So they have different rims on the front of this vehicle by default than on the rear. The rear is this rim 34. This is another one I don't really care for. We'll still separate them out here. Well, that one's separating. I think I had some shocks that we have to separate. There we go. Then as far as engine, we don't have any engine, so we'll just start by creating a new one. And we're going to put that V8 dual overhead 2-carb overhead valve supercharged engine on it. The default on this is 380 horsepower, 531 pound-feet of torque. We've done this a few times in a few other cars. You can get this pretty close to 1,000 horsepower. Sometimes a little higher. Mount her up, which should have a lot of these parts for this engine because we've done this a few times. Well, the minute I say that, I don't have the crank. There you go. I guess I shouldn't say famous last words. Crankshaft. All right, so we got the pistons. There's an oil fill tray. Power steering pump I got. Alternator I have. Ignition coil we got. Fuel pump got. Camshaft we need. Let's get a performance cam. There's a performance cam. So let's go ahead and take these things that we know we're going to have to make a 3-star version of and get those 3-starred up real quick.
Twitching?
I am twitching.
Cool.
I was just talking about you. I didn't know you were living here anymore. Welcome home. What are you drinking? Ah. Alright, let's get the alternator 3-starred. And camshaft 3-starred. Well, I think you guys are home, so I might have to pause the stream here for a bit. Go talk to these fellers, and I will be back, and we'll pick these things up. But thanks for watching the stream, all.